I'm sorry. I'm getting
it's okay,
real.
Man. Listen, I get it. It's I've known many people that have killed themselves now. It's a very sad thing that you can never fix. That sadness is always going to be a part of you. When you were telling me that you were doing bad and you weren't feeling good, and you were telling me you were suicidal, I was like, okay, stop. We're gonna figure this out. I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
we're gonna figure this out. It made me nervous because I was nervous that I wasn't going to be there when you needed me to be there, and I would just get the call.
Just get the call. Yeah.
I mean, as a friend, that's the last thing you want to do is have some situation where you feel like maybe you could have called them and you could have made them feel better, and they would have just gotten over that hump.
Yeah.
And then they would have been okay. Like, you became okay, man. I mean, you were my most depressed friend, and now you're probably one of my happiest friends.
So what can I do for you today? You say you don't want to hurt yourself, right? No. Have you ever attempted suicide or anything like that in the past? Okay. Is there anything I can do to help you?
I could use a hug.
I'll give you a hug. Seems like you got a lot going on, man. It's all right. It's all right, man. It seems like a lot to take on,
It's making you emotional. Talk about it.
Well, God, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. It's really something to see constantly how many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word. And how easy it is to provide that if you're careful. Give credit where credit is due. And to say, you're a net force for good if you want to be.
Everything will be okay. It may not feel like it right now, but it will be, and it will pass, and you will be happy again. You will. But you probably won't continue to always be happy. You might go back down that dark hole again, but you will always come out, especially if you surround yourself with the right people.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's easy to overthink the worst outcomes. It's easy to think that you might not find a way out. It's easy to think that you might be sad about something forever, but I promise you, you're gonna be okay.
You've been so hard on yourself. I love that you have such high standards, but those aren't high standards. That's called perfection. And most people overestimate what they can do in a year, and they underestimate what they can do in 2 or 3 decades. And you haven't been around long enough to have those extra 2 or 3 decades. So don't f*** it up. There's time.
I was not always this strong guy you see. I went through a lot of hard times in my life to get here today. And a story I'll tell you with real quick. So I came home one day from working at a job called Ecolab where I sprayed for cockroaches. Made $1,000 a month, weighing 300 pounds. And I got home and I watched a show on Discovery Channel of guys carrying boats and logs, Navy SEAL training. And I decided to make a change in my life. And I called the recruiter up and he asked me these questions. You had to meet a certain age, like a certain height and weight limit. I was 6'1" and 300 pounds. He laughed at me. 7 other recruiters laughed at me. One recruiter finally said, "Come on in, I'm too busy to talk to you on the phone." He didn't know how much I weighed. I walked in the recruiter's office and he looked at me and he said, "You're fat and you're black." I said, "I want to be a Navy SEAL." I didn't know there'd only been 35 African-American Navy SEALs at that time in over 70 years. He said I basically had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months because of my age. I was getting too old. I came back 3 months later, 106 pounds lighter. Thank you.
And he looks back and decides that all those years he suffered, those were the best years of his life, because they made him who he was. All the years he was happy, total waste. Didn't learn a thing.
You're not as far away from these dreams as you think you are. And I said, no, you're actually a lot closer than you think. But because you think it's so far away, you behave in accordance with that belief system, and it always keeps it that far away from you.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up. These days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right, well, gotta figure it out. Made some mistakes. Life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point.
Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes?
You murdered yourself. You murdered yourself. You killed someone. That person happened to be you, but you couldn't even show up for yourself.
It's how you handle your sufferings. When you're going through something really challenging, how do you show up within it? Do you choose to become a victim of complaining and misery and shitty, or do you find meaning in how you show up in the suffering,
But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action. Because nothing changes and nothing changes, man. We'll sit around forever wondering, well, what if I was a dog catcher? Would I be the best? What if I was what if I worked on at avalanche, searching for avalanches and predicting them, or what is it called, a geologist. Who would I, would I be able to do it? You don't know. Until you say, yeah, I'm gonna take action. Nothing changes if nothing changes, man. And I'm not preaching at you. I'm just, I just want to remind you, because I've spent a lot of time in my life sitting around wanting things to change. And not being able to make them change, and not thinking I could.
I'm gonna tell you how you can help yourself get through the times that suck. Real life. This is real life. 90% of your life will suck. 10% will be happy. You may be a lucky guy and have a lot of money, have a great ass woman, all this shit. Trust me, one-on-one with that guy, he's missing something. His life still sucks because he hasn't faced something that bothered him his whole life. Something is still eating that motherfucker.
Almost everybody.
Everybody. Eating you the fuck up. But maybe you found a good way, how I did growing up, on how to ignore that voice that's saying you ain't facing some shit. Period, man. I'm not special. I just stopped listening. I listened to that voice. This is why I talk so aggressive. People say, man, do you believe in God? You cuss so much. When I say fuck, it's letting you know what I'm thinking. If I try to make it all pretty and shit, that's not what my life was. It was a violent struggle daily to get where I'm at today. I'm not gonna water it down.
Every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
Wow. Go All the Way by Charles Bukowski. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way.
Hey, bro, I need you to get back in that mode again. That mode where nothing can take you off your pivot. You were just putting in that work every single day. See, that version of you is different. You got to tap back into it. Don't be out here playing with your potential because you one of them ones, bro. You special. And you weren't meant to be a person that could have been the one. You are the one. So I need you to get back moving like it before it's too late.
You can speak about it all day. The easiest thing in the world to do is to complain, blame, and quit and settle. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. But it takes real work to deconstruct and to reconstruct the thought process and the mindset of an individual when they're trying to change something. That's why I always say to people, what's more important, what we acquire or who we become?
Never be scared to leave your hometown to grow. As much as you love your hometown, it's the one place that'll kill your dream if you stay there too long. You move to a new city, you lose nothing. You only gain an opportunity that can change your life. The thing about your hometown is it's never gonna change. You can always come back and do the same thing that you've been doing with the same people. But you go to a new city, it might be a new relationship that could change your life. It might be a new job opportunity that never been possible for you before. You might seek mentorship you never thought you would have. More than anything, you might see something that you never thought was possible for your life. But the hometown is the comfort killer. You can always run back to mom and dad and fix something for you. But sometimes you got $1 million dreams in the city where nobody ever seen $1 million. You gotta go out there and change your surroundings sometimes. Don't never be scared to leave that hometown.
At the end of the day, I ask myself one question. Can I take one more step? And usually the answer is yes. So if you can answer that question and not take another step, that is real failure. That is real quitting. So a lot of people can take one more step, but they choose not to. I don't know if you can take 2 steps. You got to answer that question after you take the first step.
Because that gets away a lot of the anxiety that you carry around in your body. A lot of the, difficult things make regular life less difficult. And that sounds so simplistic, but particularly physically difficult things. Because when you do things that are physically difficult, the strain of making yourself do those things, it's very valuable.
Well, let me tell you something. Don't be afraid of failing, because there's nothing wrong with failing. You have to fail in order to climb that ladder. There's no one that doesn't fail.
Be proud of what you are and know that you are capable of anything, and look in that mirror and don't be afraid to say, I'm really that, right? Because I'm prepared, and anything that life throws at me is simply another building block to becoming who I'm supposed to be, because there's no finish line. Don't be afraid to say, I'm really that, right?
We're the lucky ones. A point made by Richard Dawkins, more poetically than I can recite here. We're the lucky ones. We're the ones who get to die. Because you only get to die for having lived. Most people who could ever exist will never even be born. So no matter what your lot is in life, if you have a disease or you have cancer, you're crippled, whatever is the thing, at the end of the day, you're alive, not dead, nor not having ever been born. So take every occasion you can to smell the flowers, to drink in the sunsets and the sunrise and the majestic sky above you that they cradle through the nighttime hours, and celebrate life, because you won the lottery. And most people will never even know there was a lottery.
Across the country, teaching this fantastic method, is people continually say, I can't draw a straight line. I don't have the talent, Bob, to do what you're doing. That's baloney. Talent is a pursued interest. In other words, anything that you're willing to practice, you can do.
Dreams are something you have to believe in. I almost gave up on mine. To all of you out there, please keep your dreams alive.
I mean, the first thing is belief. I mean, I tell everybody in this room, if you got to believe first. If you don't believe first, then you ain't gonna never get to where you're trying to get to. I believe. I knew from the beginning I was the best in boxing. from day one.
You knew you was the shit no matter what before you even...
I just knew I was better than every other fighter. And to this day, that it would never be a fighter better than me, never.
In the history of boxing?
Never.
Which is what I think a lot of it boils down to. Do you actually want to do this or not? Do you actually want to do this or not? Because if you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing. And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for not proceeding down that path.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know how hard it is to take care of ourselves.
People don't put in perspective that you woke up today. Plenty of people died just now, and just now. But you woke up, which means that you have a purpose and God's not done using you.